begin with video you'll only see on KNWA. Adoption attorney Paul Peterson being booked into the Washington County Jail. This after being federally indicted in a multi-state adoption scheme.
Peterson was in federal court for an arraignment today that will pave the way for all future proceedings. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Chad Mira.
And I'm Jennifer Piñate. Paul Peterson was indicted earlier this month for adoption fraud in Arkansas, Arizona, and in Utah, facing 19 felony counts here in our state. Dak Keys, U.S. Attorney of the Western District of Arkansas, says Peterson is believed to have recruited, transported, and offered payment to upwards of 100 pregnant Marshallese women, all to give up their babies for adoption in the U.S. In order to be in federal court in Washington County, Peterson posted bail in Arizona and then Utah, where his bail was reduced from $3 million to $150,000, according to his attorney.
KNWA's Crystal Martinez was at the courtroom today. She joins us now out of John Paul Hammerschmidt Federal Building, where Peterson's arraignment just wrapped up. Crystal.
Well, Jennifer, Chad, Peterson pleaded not guilty to all charges and was released on a $100,000 bond. Now, we couldn't have cameras inside, but let me paint the picture for you. Over 30 people were inside the courtroom, including FBI agents, the U.S. Attorney Dak Keys, and Peterson's wife. Peterson, he came in smiling, mouthing something to his wife as he went before the judge with his two attorneys. The judge ordered Peterson be released on a $100,000 bond with conditions. That includes Peterson having to wear a GPS tracking monitor. He is not allowed to practice adoption law, work with Bright Star, the Arizona adoption agency, and cannot have contact with any of the Marshallese victims or parents going through adoptions. We met up with his lawyers after this arraignment. Here's what they had to say.
It's our expectation he'll go back to Arizona tomorrow. Right now, he's still in the custody of the marshals. It takes a little while for them to process him out, so we hope he gets out pretty soon.
And Peterson's trial is set for December 9th. The pretrial hearing will take place December 5th. Live in Fayetteville, Crystal Martinez, KNWA, Northwest Arkansas News.
Crystal, thank you for the latest there. So far, 19 women reported working with Paul Peterson's office, but federal authorities say more could come forward. An email address has been created to help connect families affected to the U.S. Attorney's Office. You can also contact the Marshallese consulate at the number on your screen if you need any assistance.
We've covered this case extensively throughout the whole process. You can find our full coverage right now on our website, nwahomepage.com. Just go on there and search for adoption scheme.
Happening around Arkansas now, jail overcrowding is a statewide issue. According to an annual state inspection report by the Department of Finance and Administration, 8 of the top 10 most populated counties reported jail overcrowding. Here in Washington County, Sheriff Tim Helder has proposed a jail expansion in the past, but justices of the peace are looking at alternatives before even considering the $8 million expansion proposed.
Security efforts ramp up at Bud Walton Arena in Fayetteville. All new at 5 tonight, the University of Arkansas adds metal detectors at all gates of the building. Starting next Tuesday, everyone will need to walk through the detectors outside of the Bud Walton before any men's or women's basketball games. Metal detectors will also be used this spring at Baum-Walker Stadium and at the Donald W. Reynolds Razorback Stadium during the 2020 football season. KNWA is your local election headquarters. A special election will allow Cave Springs to vote on a 1.25% city sales tax.
It's slated for November 12th with early voting beginning on November 5th. The election will also ask voters to approve 4 bond issues for sewer, water, fire, and a community center. None of those will pass if the city sales tax question fails. The tax is projected to raise more than $380,000 a year.
Meanwhile, in Bentonville, early voting started today for the Bentonville School Board. Willie Cowger and Amanda Deegan Winters vying to represent Zone 4. You can cast your votes at the county clerk's office between 8 a.m. and 4:30 p.m. Wednesday through Friday and Monday, November 4th. Election Day is November 5th at the Bentonville Church of Christ. Now to continuing coverage tonight, neighborhoods across Benton County are still littered with debris after 2 tornadoes ripped through the area.
One organization made its way to Cave Springs as people there continue to clean up. That's where we find KNWA's Clarissa Bustamante.
All
Arkansas Baptist Disaster Relief is in 3 different Northwest Arkansas locations right now, one of those being Cave Springs. And as you can see behind me, they're cutting down trees, cleaning up neighborhoods, and it's all completely free of charge. The organization is following the path of those tornadoes, stationing crews in Siloam Springs and Rogers as well. These volunteers are doing everything from using their chainsaws to cut and clear trees to tarping homes to keep rainwater out. Right now, the disaster relief teams have 60 jobs they're looking at. By the time they're done in a couple weeks, they think that number will likely hit 100. Incident Commander Ted Darling says everything they do is to help people. In turn, they get nothing but appreciation.
They're overwhelmed. We get hugs and I see a lot of tears and a lot of gratitude. You know, people helping people really makes a difference.
If your neighborhood needs to be cleaned up, you can call the number on our website, and they will have a team that will come out and help you. In Cave Springs, Clarice Bustamante, KNWA Northwest Arkansas News.
Topping our health news tonight, one person dies from the flu in Arkansas. This according to the Arkansas Department of Health. Nationally, the Centers for Disease Control says 2 children have also died. That brings the total up to 3 deaths this flu season. 120 people died last flu season, including 2 children.
Now to a recall. Mylan Pharmaceuticals recalling a single lot of Xanax. The company believes it could contain a foreign substance causing illness. This recall affects bottles containing 500 half-milligram tablets. The lot number is at the bottom of your screen. The expiration date, September 2020. Mylan says the tablets were distributed in the U.S. between July and August. Thousands without power and a fire raging for nearly a week. We have the latest on the Kincaid fire burning in California. Plus,
you come together here and we listen to each other and we get it. And it's just that understanding that isn't often provided out in the real world.
Ladies supporting ladies. We introduce you to the Blue Star Mothers of America in 11 minutes. But first, let's head over to the Weather Lab and Chief Meteorologist Dan Scoff. Dan, it's been kind of a wet one out there so far.
Yeah, rain just continues to come down. It seems like almost every day this year is raining. Well, we got more of that ahead, but will it move out in time for the trick-or-treaters? We'll answer that coming up in your forecast right after the break.
You're watching KNWA News at 5 with Jennifer Pignate, Chad Mira, and Chief Meteorologist Dan Scott. Closed captioning is sponsored by Air Control. Lewis Automotive Group is proud to sponsor KNWA Northwest Arkansas News.
New Michelin Endurance XT silicone wiper blades are engineered for extreme weather performance. With advanced QuadTech 4-layer coated silicone that lasts 2 times longer than other blades and endures everything you put them through. Only at Walmart.
Get tickets now to The Play That Goes Wrong, the smashing new comedy direct from Broadway. Audiences across America are cracking up at this gut-busting hit. It's as though Sherlock Holmes and Monty Python had an award-winning Broadway baby. This show is hilarious fun for the whole family. Even your teenagers will LOL. You'll never have a better time in a theatre. The Play That Goes Wrong at Walton Arts Centre, November 12th through the 17th. Tickets on sale now at waltonartscentre.org.
Lewis Automotive Group in Northwest Arkansas for over 70 years. Visit our website to view current inventory and specials.
Fall is a beautiful time of year. The trees change color, the weather is perfect, then this happens. Those leaves pile up in your old gutters, but you can avoid this problem by calling Leaf Guard of Arkansas. Get the gutter that never clogs, guaranteed. And look at our exclusive Big Mouth. You can see where it attaches. And now, look inside. The larger opening is just one more reason Leaf Guard can handle up to 32 inches of rainfall an hour. Call now and save during our 99-cent install sale. Get a complete Leaf Guard system installed for 99 cents. Ask about 18 months, no interest financing, plus a bonus $100 Visa gift card with your Leaf Guard purchase. And call during this program for a free $50 Restaurant.com gift card with your in-home estimate. Throughout Northwest Arkansas, call 1-800-856-8218.
From Los Angeles, I'll take you to the front lines of the Getty fire, the race to contain it before the strongest Santa Ana winds of the season start. Also, why a man now faces criminal charges in the accidental cruise ship death of a toddler on Nightly News.
Now, your Weather Authority forecast with Chief Meteorologist Dan Scott.
All right, we're going to start you off with a time lapse here. This is from Pea Ridge, and you guessed it. It was a rainy day. It started off with a little drizzle. And then on the radar, you didn't see a whole lot of precipitation, but it was like drizzling throughout the morning. And then the rain actually picked up quite a bit. Here's a look at Mega Doppler. Not only that, there were a few rumbles of thunder. These aren't severe storms by any means, but there was a storm that produced some nickel-sized hail in eastern Oklahoma. Let's take a little radar tour, if you will. Here's southwest Missouri, and this is McDonald County. Goodman, Anderson, Pineville picking up just a little bit of light rain. And even though it doesn't look like it's raining in Gravette and Sulphur Springs, there's enough moisture in the atmosphere where drizzle is taking place, and it's occurring underneath the radar beam. But here's some legitimate rain in Centerton and Bentonville, and also in Springdale, Taneytown. You got Savoy, all those areas east of Siloam Springs, Robinson, all those regions getting rain. And there's more where that came from, as it just continues to fill in throughout the evening into the overnight hours. And you might even see some flashes of lightning and rumbles of thunder as some of these little thunder showers roll through. And you can see them developing to our southwest, moving northeast. River Valley hasn't seen much rain throughout the day today, but that's changing overnight tonight. As you can see, this energy is moving in. Temperature-wise, it's been chilly, huh? It feels a lot like winter outside in the lower 40s. We got 43 in Taneytown, 46 in Strickler. We called for temperatures in the mid-40s. That's exactly where we're at right now. Didn't warm up much above that. But look at the River Valley in the lower 50s. And we're going to hover in the 40s tomorrow. So a repeat performance, only this time the rain is going to be a little more widespread. Why is that? Because the big-time energy off to our west is beginning to move in. So the front that moved in last night into this morning is to our south. You got the colder air that's to the north in Kansas and Missouri, and you can already see that changeover taking place from rain to snow. That is not around here, nor will it be tomorrow. Look at the temperatures hovering in the 40s. We're really not going to have much of a temperature budge. But look at what happens Wednesday night into Thursday morning. The temperature starts dropping to around freezing, and early Halloween morning, we're hanging on to just a little bit of precipitation, mainly in the form of freezing drizzle. There could be a few snowflakes mixed in with that, but it's not really going to amount to much accumulation. Here's a look at I-49. This, by the way, is exit 83. We're looking off to the north from Pinnacle Parkway Towers. That looks like a slow commute this evening. 42 degrees, 2 points are in the lower 40s, so we're above freezing. You don't have to worry about freezing roads. Here's the future track. Look at all this rain expanding over the area, especially throughout the overnight hours and into the early morning. Now, we'll see rain kind of on and off throughout the day. It won't be raining all times during the afternoon, but there will be times that some places will be getting rain. And then here comes that colder air working its way in. See this? 9 o'clock on Wednesday, there's the precipitation moving in, and there's the dry air moving in at the same time. So we got dry air that moves in. It evaporates a lot of the precipitation, but the air will be cold enough essentially for maybe a little bit of freezing drizzle, and that could cause a slick spot on the road or two, potentially on bridges and overpasses. And here's why. Look at the winds. Northeast, our wind chills will be in the low 40s, but wow, look at how fast it drops early Halloween morning as this cold air pours in. Now, that is drier air as well. And look at the wind chill Thursday morning for Halloween. That is what you call bone-chilling cold. Pun intended for Halloween. And as we move into the evening, we got wind chills in the upper 20s to lower 30s. So your trick-or-treat forecast, let's just say it's going to be a bit on the cold side. We've got mid to low 30s, possibly 31 degrees at 9 o'clock, clear and cold. Get ready for that. The rain continues tomorrow, so we're washing off the 7-day forecast. As we move into Halloween, it's going to be cold, upper 30s. Friday, it's going to be a cold start to the morning and a hard freeze. The good news is, though, is the weekend's looking really nice. Like 52 is going to be very pleasant. It'll be cool, but it'll be nice for Razorback homecoming with kickoff at 3 o'clock. And then daylight saving time comes to an end Sunday as we fall back on those clocks.
All right. Looks pretty good. Something to look forward to at least.
This weekend, yeah,
This weekend,
absolutely.
yeah, be out there and enjoy it.
Just hibernate the next couple of days, though. That's what I recommend.
Hibernate when there's trick-or-treating to be done.
Right.
That's true.
We
That's
need the
true.
candy, Dan.
You got it. We do.
All right,
I ate
Dan,
it all
thank you
already.
so much. Our friends over on the West not doing so well. In national news, California firefighters still having a hard time getting their arms, of course, around the so-called Kincaid fire.
Right now, that fire has covered about 74,000 acres, destroying more than 120 structures, and that includes 57 homes. Nearly 4,400 firefighters have been assigned to battle the wildfire, but still, they only have it 15% contained. Heavy winds are largely to blame because the winds not only add fuel to the fire, but also carry embers for miles, causing new fires to pop up constantly. Residents say they've tried to keep their properties safe, but it's nearly impossible because they have a very short time to evacuate.
A glow that you wouldn't believe, and then these arrows, like fire arrows, start going choo, choo, choo. And I hosed the house down before I left, but now it's really smoky. Couldn't hardly breathe. In fact, I got a sore throat over it, and my eyes are burning. And I grabbed a rag, brother grabbed a wet rag, and we got out of here.
Cohen's home was spared, but his brother's home right next door was destroyed. Now, the Blue Star Mothers of America bringing together families with sons and daughters serving in the military.
We honor our country's heroes next as KNWA News at 5 continues.
England Dental. Quality dentistry with compassion and care. Call us today.
It all felt like a dream. The years felt like a breeze as they passed us by.
The 2019 Toyota Highlander. The best seats in the house.
Right now, get $3,000 customer cash, or qualified buyers get 0% APR financing for 60 months on a sophisticated new 2019 Highlander. Toyota, let's go places.
See a little red, save a lot of green. Now at the Castle Rental Red Tag Super Savings Event.
If you're eligible for Medicare, did you know that only part of your medical expenses are covered? The rest is up to you. That's why so many Arkansans have chosen a Medicare plan from Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield.
Call Arkansas Blue Cross, the company more Arkansans trust with their Medicare coverage.
Arkansas Blue Cross offers both Medicare Advantage and Medicare Supplement plans, so you can get the plan that's right for you. And with our plans, you can see the doctors and hospitals you prefer.
Call Arkansas Blue Cross for affordable Medicare plans.
Ask us about our Medicare Advantage plans featuring a $0 monthly premium, $0 primary care physician copay, and $0 drug deductible. Call, click, or come by one of our locations for a free brochure. It makes learning your Medicare options easy. The annual election period ends December 7th. If you'd like to learn more about our Medicare Advantage plan featuring a $0 monthly premium, $0 PCP copay, and $0 drug deductible, call today.
Be advised, this is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to save 40 to 80% on a hot tub and swim spa. Friday through Sunday. Millions of dollars of factory direct 2019 inventory. Benton County Fairgrounds, Bentonville. Over 100 hot tubs on display and everything must go. See the revolutionary swim spa. You can exercise, swim, and relax without the expense and maintenance of a pool. Hot tub starting at $29.95. All inventory 40 to 80% off. 18-month interest-free financing. Trade-ins welcome. Free delivery. We'll even haul away your old hot tub. Benton County Fairgrounds, Bentonville. Free admission. Free parking. Call 877-55-HOT-TUB.
You're watching KNWA News at 5.
Military camaraderie of another kind.
This sense of community found back in hometowns throughout the United States. Our Amy Simpson has the story.
This group of women didn't sign up to serve their country, but their sons and daughters did.
You come together here and we listen to each other and we get it. And it's just that understanding that isn't often provided out in the real world.
This is just one of more than 200 chapters of the Blue Star Mothers of America. Here in Virginia's capital city, they call themselves the Blue Star Families of Richmond. Stephanie Sill says it's a sisterhood.
My oldest son, Joshua, is actually a veteran now of the Army. He served about 8 years.
Her son's deployment made her appreciate other moms who can relate.
He plays with bombs for a living, so pretty much every day was a stressful day for me.
The group gets together all year long, packing treats for troops, each December decorating a holiday tree at the Virginia War Memorial. Susan Halter is one of the newest members of the group.
I joined the group and immediately they sent a care package to my daughter.
Right now, her daughter is deployed in the Middle East.
Every day you say a prayer that she's going to be safe and everybody that she's serving with is going to be safe.
These moms say they're filled with emotions while supporting their sons and daughters, worry during deployments, but pride to have a child in uniform.
My kid went and joined the military. Well, I can do my part here in my hometown by taking care of those who also served.
For Veterans Voices, I'm Amy Simpson.
The Blue Star Mothers of America has chapters all over the country. So just type in your city on bluestarmothers.org to find out the group closest to you.
Well, we strive to honor our country's heroes. You can find stories highlighting veterans from all over the U.S. on our website under the Veterans Voices tab.
It is going to be a cold Halloween. Stick around. Meteorologist Dan Scoff back after the break.
Circle of Life Hospice is proud to sponsor KNWA Northwest Arkansas News.
In the mood for a taste of the old Southwest? Hardee's new Southwest Patty Melt comes with a hotter, juicier Black Angus thick burger, pickled jalapenos, melted pepper jack cheese, and zesty Santa Fe sauce. Yippee-ki-yay. Hardee's new Southwest Patty Melt.
My problem was never really my feet. It was always my back. I had had as many epidurals that I could possibly have in 1 year. And that's when Tara at the Good Feet store kept telling me to try her arch supports. The future I can see now. I couldn't see it before. You can't use this.
See for yourself with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Save thousands on the new revolutionary swim spa at a one-time event. Friday through Sunday. Benton County Fairgrounds, Bentonville. Exercise with low impact. Swim the entire year and stay in shape. Teach your kids to swim. Unwind and save thousands. Avoid the expense and maintenance involved with a pool. Swim, exercise, and relax in your new aquatic exercise swim spa. Installation in 1 day only. New 2019 inventory. 18-month interest-free financing. Millions of dollars of inventory must be sold. Benton County Fairgrounds, Bentonville. Free admission. Free park. Call 877-55-HOT-TUB.
The Chevy Silverado family of pickups is a diverse line of trucks, perfect for any job. And right now, Nunley Chevrolet has more trucks and options than any other dealer in Northwest Arkansas. And with our huge selection come big discounts. Save up to $15,000 on select Silverados, our biggest selection and savings ever. We're your Silverado Superstore with row after row of new 2019 and 2020 models. Go to justtryme.com to see more discounts and special offers. Find new roads to Nunley Chevrolet, your Silverado Superstore.
Need help waking up, cowboy? Well, say good morning to Hardee's Southwest Omelet Biscuit and Burrito. With cheesy eggs, bacon, and just enough jalapenos to make you sit up in the saddle. Pick up either for just $3. Now at Hardee's.
Now, your Weather Authority forecast with Chief Meteorologist Dan Scott.
Well, early this morning at KNWA, we brought in the Calvary. The Calvary Tabernacle Homeschool Group got to see KNWA in the studio and play in front of the green screen a little bit. And there you see them waving. And they had to, endure a little bit of rain, but they had a good time learning all about weather and weather safety. We also took a look back at the storm that was very close to their area. Some of them live in Grabbett and Bentonville, and they were definitely watching the weather close with that tornado coming through early morning, October 21st. Let's take a look at the weather graphics, and we're going to show you some rain popping up, but we had a great time. Showed them how cold it was going to be for trick-or-treating. They might not have liked that forecast, but they were thankful that it does look dry, and I'll show you that here coming up in just a bit. But it's not dry now. It'll be dry for Halloween night and trick-or-treating, but tonight, if you have any outdoor activities, it's going to be a soggy one here on this Tuesday night. Live Doppler radar showing more rain popping up to the southwest. That's lifting northeastward, and that's going to be moving in. So we've got rain pretty much on and off all day. Now, this means it's not going to rain at all times the entire day for the 24-hour period, but we will at least see the chance of rain somewhere in the area pretty much throughout the day. 100% chance, and we've got even perhaps a few thunderstorms overnight tonight. Halloween, yes, cold, maybe the potential for a little bit of winter weather early Thursday morning. We're talking just cold enough where a few flurries happen. No accumulation by any means, but it will be dry, but it will be chilly for Halloween. Trick-or-treating in the mid-30s. And then Friday, how about the morning lows? I mean, that's a hard freeze right there, 22. That could do a number to the mums, so make sure you bring them indoors. Jennifer, Chad, back to you.
Moral of the story, rain gear and your heavy coats for what's ahead. Dan, thank you. We have your Just Home headlines next as KNWA News at 5 continues.
And be sure to find us on social media. Go on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and like all our pages. Search for KNWA.
The Bank of Fayetteville offers customized home loans to fit your needs. Stop by any branch or apply online at mebanking.com. Equal housing lender.
When homemade is too good to keep at home. Helping Arkansas business do business. Making better happen with First Security. At Cracker Barrel, we're cooking up warm feelings of home this season with country fried turkey, hand-breaded, fried till crispy, and topped with holiday herbed gravy. Our take on a festive favorite is back, and it's only at Cracker Barrel. So come on home for the holidays. Come on home to Cracker Barrel.
5 steps for perfect winter skin.
5 steps. My skin gets so dry and itchy, I need serious relief. That's why I use O'Keefe's Skin Repair. It's 48-hour moisture in one use and guaranteed relief for dry, itchy skin. Thanks to O'Keefe's, I got my skin back.
You know, fall is the time for cooler weather, football, and falling leaves. And when those leaves land in your gutters, it's time to call Leaf Guard of Arkansas. Get the only patented one-piece seamless system with a clog-free guarantee. It's earned the Good Housekeeping seal 14 years in a row. And be sure to ask about our fascia wrap for added beauty, plus an extra layer of protection against water damage. Leaf Guard is also backed with a transferable lifetime warranty, but time's running out to save big during our 99-cent install sale. Get your new Leaf Guard system installed for just 99 cents. Ask about 18 months no interest financing, plus get the bonus $100 Visa gift card with your purchase. And last chance to call during this program for a free $50 restaurant.com gift card with your in-home estimate. Call Leaf Guard of Arkansas, 1-800-856-8218.
From setting the budget to signing the papers, we guide you through the home buying process and get you the key. Making better happen with First Security.
Pascal, the ones you can trust.
Pascal Air, Plumbing and Electric.
If you're just walking in, here are today's Just Home headlines. Adoption attorney Paul Peterson pleaded not guilty today to 19 federal charges he's facing in Arkansas for a multi-state adoption scheme.
He was booked into Washington County Jail early this morning to appear in federal court. Peterson was released on a $100,000 bond under certain conditions, including wearing a GPS monitor, giving up his passport, and not doing any adoption work. He's accused of flying pregnant women from the Marshall Islands to Arkansas, Arizona, and Utah to give up their newborns for adoption. Peterson faces additional federal charges in those 2 other states. He's set to appear back in court here in Arkansas on December 9th. If found guilty of all charges, Peterson would face 315 years in prison and a $5 million fine.
1 person dies from the flu in Arkansas. This according to the Arkansas Department of Health. Nationally, the Centers for Disease Control says 2 children have also died. That brings the total up to 3 deaths this flu season. 120 people died last flu season, including 2 children.
The University of Arkansas adding metal detectors at all gates of Bud Walton Arena starting next Tuesday. Everyone will need to walk through the detectors outside of Bud Walton before any men's or women's basketball games. Metal detectors will also be used this spring at Baum Walker Stadium and Donald W. Reynolds Razorback Stadium during the 2020 football season.
You can see more on these stories tonight in our 6 o'clock newscast, or just head to the KNWA News app right now. You can download that for free in the App Store and on Google Play. And we are watching some cold, wet weather, it looks like.
You can see more rain just by looking out your window, too.
So dreary out there.
I know, it really is. I wish I could snuggle up next to a fire, watch a movie.
A warm, fuzzy blanket, have some hot chocolate.
Watch a scary movie.
You got it.
Yeah, time for Halloween. Thanks for joining us. See you back here at 6. Good night.